Hey guys! Welcome to the first ever UAPGANADO series of UAPGA SMN. It's me, Mark, the chapter president of UAPGA SMN. So maybe you are wondering what is UAPGA. So UAPGA stands for United Architects of the Philippines Graduate Auxiliary. We are the graduate arm of the duly recognized organization of the Filipino architects here in the Philippines. So kami yung graduate community which commit to the continuing professional development of the BS Architecture graduates who have not yet taken and or passed the architecture licensure examination. Kaya kami nandito sa YouTube is because we see this as a platform to educate and to give an idea not only to architecture community but also dun sa mga tao nagkakaroon ng misconception about our profession and para rin to sa lahat ng makakapanood ng vlog na to. Eh di yun na nga, speaking of support, alam ko ang hirap-hirap talaga maghanap ngayon ng trabaho. Tapos, pandemic pa. So, this UAPGA series will provide you an idea on ano pa ang pwede pa natin pasukang trabaho maliban sa pagiging designer sa mga design firms and construction firms. So, antabayanan nyo lang yung buong vlog because it would be helpful for everyone who are struggling na maghanap ng trabaho ngayon.
Hi, I'm architect JEJE MADDATU, architectural lighting designer and the proprietor of Lighting Design PH. I've been in the lighting industry for almost 15 years now.
I'm Atelier Arcusa. I studied Bachelor of Science in Interior Design at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Santa Mesa. Currently working as a fashion designer at my own studio, Atelier Arcusa, and I manages my brand, Arcusentials.ph and Clarity.
My name is John Paul, CATEDRILLA. Bale, nandito ako ngayon sa Belgium, working as an architect. But I started as an architect dyan sa Pilipinas.
During my training, I've learned that you can calculate lights through a lighting software. You can check the output, their efficiency, how the lighting fixture material affects the bulb efficiency, the glare rating, the beam angle, and how the light reacts on every type of textures, finishes, and colors. And I realized that lighting design is a broad process of understanding on how the technical principles of illumination helps the human eye see things without discomfort. And it's a continuous education of understanding the ever-changing lighting technology.
Depende talaga sa'yo. Minsan kasi problema ng mga architects in general, you just focus on kung ano yung binigay sa kanila. So, yung scope of work, depende talaga kung ano yung gusto mong gawin. Siyempre, may general work for architects, especially dun sa mga starter. Pero, wala talagang masasabi na, like, really, scope of work na, kailangan mong tutukan. So, nung kapapasok ko pa lang, so parang yung mga seniors ko, ang binibigay nila sa'yo is just to do CAD, yung mga drawings na mga simple details. Pero yun nga, dahil sa persistent ko, gusto ko diversified based on sa natutunan ko sa school. Ayokong nakaupo lang sa office doing CAD. I talk to other colleagues na hindi lang sa architecture, like mostly engineering, like civil engineers, yung mga intern din. Different levels. Kinakausap ko from senior to our boss. Pati administration actually kinakausap ko, accountant, lahat. So, hindi lang basta ma-fulfill ko yung logbook, but gusto ko kung paano pina-process yung project from start until the end, from up to administration. Apprenticeship dyan sa Pilipinas. We did master planning for Rodriguez Rizal. I was involved in that. So, madaming project, like for example, schools, fire stations, renovation of municipal hall, yung buong community or yung buong municipality, dinesign namin to accommodate yung numbers para sa future population. Yung mga projection kung gaano kadami yung mga estudyante in terms of school buildings or even cemetery, dinesign namin dun sa civic center.
What is my job as a fashion designer? Now kasi I'm a fashion designer for both custom-made pieces or bespoke pieces and also ready-to-wear line. First of all, syempre isipin ko yung concept and then I will get inspiration, ideas, and then i-apply ko siya into a mood board. Then after that is i-sketch ko yung buong collection. Yung nilalaman ng sketch is yung magiging flow ng collection, also yung texture, yung textile, and yung mga smallest details na ilalagay ko dun sa mismong damit. And then after that, ipa-finalize ko yung design. Then after finalizing is magsa-source out na ako ng mga materials na gagamitin ko into the collection. Start siya sa pattern making. And then after the pattern making is ikakat siya and then yung mismong pagtatahi. Also, yung pag-finalize din nung mga damit and yung quality control. Pero lahat ng yun, halos ako lang din yung gumagawa. Then may konti lang akong staff na katulong ko sa pananahe. After that, part nun din is yung pricing. Kung paano ko pepresyohan yung ready-to-wear na ginagawa ko. Part din ng trabaho ko is yung marketing. Yung marketing is kasama dun yung branding and also yung packaging, syempre, for custom-made pieces or mga pasedya. Medyo may pagkakahalintulad siya sa ready-to-wear pieces, pero this time, meron akong specific na client na gagawa ng damit. Nag-uumpisa siya sa meeting namin ng client. Siyempre, kailangan kong alamin kung para saan yung damit and yung personality niya. Kailangan ko muna siyang kilalanin. And then, habang nag-meeting kami, I am doing the sketches na yung input niya, yung personality niya is ilalabas ko dun sa sketch. Pero, nandun pa rin yung touch ko kasi ako pa rin naman yung designer.
kapag nag-hire sila ng mga interns, siyempre ang nasa isip nila is yung output ng ng intern, ng estudyante or ng bagong staff. Pero bukod doon, kailangan natin sa yun, kailangan marunong ka rin mag-communicate, kailangan marunong ka mag-communicate kung paano mo i-explain yung project mo, how they could communicate yung mga works nila. I mean, as a graduate, we are equipped with like knowledge na alam natin na magagamit natin sa trabaho, pero communication-wise, like internationally, halos pare-pareho lang naman yung mga gawa ng mga arkitekto, pero nagkakaiba lang on how they communicate their ideas.
My lighting design career started in 2005 when I was hired as a junior lighting designer by a company in Leuven, which is owned by a German national who is practicing lighting consultancy here in the Philippines. Accepting the job without any lighting design experience or knowledge and traveling for almost 6 hours a day was really challenging. But the idea of acquiring new knowledge beyond what I've learned from school is what inspired me to accept the challenge.
So, ano pa ba yung traits na hinahanap ko sa isang architecture graduate para makapagtrabaho sa isang fashion studio? So, yun, uulitin ko lang, unang-una, kailangan talaga very much willing to learn and tanggap lang ng ideas na makukuha niya from his mentor and also sa kanyang mga workmates. Then, kailangan din is magaling siya sa pag-solve agad ng problem. Kasi sa fashion, merong biglang problema. Tapos, kailangan mabilis ka mag-isip ng solusyon, lalo na kapag custom-made design, kapag nag-fitting tayo, kung ano yung gagawin nating solusyon sa mismong problema ng client habang nag-fitting siya. Kailangan marunong siya makipagtrabaho sa mga stylist, makeup artist, models lalong-lalo na, and also sa mga producers ng mga fashion shows. Siyempre, kailangan yung creativity. Iba ang utak ng mga architecture graduates pagdating sa creativity. Kasi yung creativity nila is may technicalities. Alam mo yun, hindi lang sila magde-design dahil maganda. Magde-design sila kasi posible itong mangyari. So, ayun ang kagandahan sa mga architecture graduates is that feasible yung iniisip nilang design.
The whole team of the company that I've worked for comprised of mostly licensed architects or architecture graduates. We also have junior lighting designers that were engineering or other design course graduates, but they usually resign after 3 or 4 months. Perhaps architects stayed longer because probably we either are the ones who really have the interest in learning about lighting design, or architects have acquired a personal characteristic during our undergrad, and that is patience. The patience of going through a meticulous process of planning a more efficient and sustainable designs.
Pagkakaalam ko, Sir Francis Liberan is a graduate of architecture ng University of Santo Tomas. May kita natin sa kanyang mga design yung mga certain architecture styles na naia-apply niya sa mismong damit, lalong-lalo na yung art deco details, yung architecture na pagsama niya sa mismong fashion nandun sa mismong damit niya, and yung mga modern details, yung mga linear details, sobrang ganda. And then yung pagiging architecture graduate niya and also a fashion designer is nung napagsama siya, sobrang nag-boom. Ngayon, siya ay sobrang sikat na designer sa mga A-lister na artista dito sa Philippines and also sa Hollywood. As of now, wala pa naman akong na-encounter na fashion designer or fashion studio na tumatanggap ng architecture graduate. Pero ako, I am very much willing to accept fresh graduates from architecture na mag-apply or maging apprentice ko sa aking studio. And provided na number one is they can work into a challenging environment. Kasi itong fashion, this is not always fabulous. Yung ganda dun sa mga fashion runways, sobrang stressful niya sa likod, yung mismong production. And then syempre yung pakikinig nila sa mismong advices ko na mga bago nilang matututunan. And syempre hindi lang mga advices ko, lalong-lalo na pa rin yung opinion ng client kasi nagmamatter pa rin yun.
Kasi depende, medyo mahirap. Yung part talaga na parang one time, big time. Kunwari, meron kang talagang company na gustong-gusto and you are lucky enough to get invited for an interview. So, kailangan mo talagang mag-prepare. Preparation is the key sa lahat ng bagay. And of course, you have to prepare your portfolio because your portfolio is the one that parang binibenta mo yung sarili mo dun sa company na talagang gusto mo. So, dapat din in line yung kung ano yung ginagawa ng company dun sa portfolio mo. Like for example, most of the project of the company deals with conceptual or interior design or something like that. So, dapat yung portfolio mo medyo piniprepare mo rin siya based dun sa company na questions sa interview. So I think it's general kung ano yung, like, how do you see yourself in 10 years? Yeah, something like that. So mapapagandaan mo talaga kung gustong-gusto mo yung company na napapasukan mo, yung future company. I think pwede kang mag-try sa mga reliable na mga headhunters or manpower sa Pilipinas, sa mga reliable manpower na nagsusupply ng mga staff sa Middle East. But I think ang pinaka magandang solution or magandang gawin is to research an office na gusto mong na merong operation internationally, tapos pwede kang mag-apply sa kanila online, or for example may office sila sa Pilipinas or meron silang representative na naghahanap ng mga staff sa Pilipinas. You can always reach these offices na pwedeng mag-suggest sa'yo to go to their other offices internationally. Or kung may mga kaibigan kayo na nag-work na sa ibang bansa, kung gusto niyo talagang pursue ng trabaho sa ibang bansa, and then you can approach them and ask if, kung ano yung background ng company. Actually, wala talaga akong plans na pumunta sa ibang bansa. Kasi happy naman ako dun sa company na pinagtatrabahoan ko before. So I stayed there for 2 years. One time may tumawag sa akin na Headhunter. Singaporean company yung Headhunter sa Philippines. Nakita daw nila yung profile ko sa Jobstreet. Time na yun. Sabi nila, magbubuka sila ng branch ng office sa Middle East, which is Dubai and Bahrain. Ni-research ko yung company, baka sabi ko, baka fake. Ni-research ko yung company, so okay, mukhang okay naman siya, international, at saka parang inclined talaga kung ano yung gusto kong gawin, like team environment, mga parks. And after 3 weeks ng mga requirements, ayun, medyo lumipad na ako sa Bahrain, and I stayed there 10 years. Kung kunwari gusto nyo talaga mag-start sa Pilipinas, mag-start kayo dyan. Yung work or internship, apprenticeship sa company na talagang mag-enhance ng talent and skill nyo as an architect. Medyo kailangan talaga ng perseverance at saka sobrang lakas ng loob, because it's different when you go outside the Philippines. Maraming bagay na may experience. For example, very competitive. Siyempre, iba pag nasa Pilipinas ka or iba pag nasa well, hindi ko masasabi na like hindi balance or pantay yung kasi mini-minimize, pero hindi mo rin maiwasan yun. Siyempre, mayroong mga companies or mayroong mga clients na gusto nila yung local dito. But marami ring international company na okay, gusto ko kung ano yung office, yung capability ng office, hindi kung saan yung origin. Mas personally, mas nakikita ko mas convenient magtrabaho dyan sa Pilipinas. I experienced it for 2 years during my internship bago ko sinubukang mag-practice international. Kailangan alam mo din kung yung mga standards, yun yung mga bagong i-research mo. Although merong international standard, pero kailangan mong dagdagan based on dun kung saan country ka naka-based. So, yun. Medyo challenging lang pag lumabas ka. Pero I think mas exciting sa mag-work sa Pilipinas kasi parang you are connected with it. Yung standards alam mo na medyo yun nga lang medyo iba-iba rin pero I think they have their own advantage and disadvantage. Iba kasi kapag sinabi nating acquiring knowledge kapag nasa Pilipinas ka or nasa labas ka ng bansa. Depende kung nasaan ka. For example, sa Pilipinas, I find yung knowledge acquiring natin very general, talagang ipa-practice ka nila or i-train ka ng mga schools. Alam mo lahat, not lahat, mahirap malaman lahat. So, alam mo na kung paano gamitin yung skills and knowledge mo sa Pilipinas. At the same time, magagamit mo rin yun kapag lumabas ka ng bansa or if you practice internationally. But focus talaga sila kung ano yung, like for example, kung ano yung climate dito, kung ano yung rules and regulations na talagang para dito lang sa bansa. They don't mind teaching you kung ano yung nangyayari sa tropical countries or sa climate. Compared sa Pilipinas, talagang kailangan mong malaman kung ano yung architecture, sa Western architecture, sa history pa lang.
After 4 years of working in that company, I decided to go freelance and was eventually hired as lighting consultant by different lighting companies here in the Philippines and abroad, up until I got the opportunity of establishing my own lighting design firm. There are only few lighting designers here in the Philippines. Most of them are engineers or interior designers or architects who have acquired their lighting design knowledge while on the job, or they studied lighting design abroad. If you plan to pursue career abroad, lighting designers are popular in UAE and Singapore. What's interesting about being a lighting designer is that you can have the ability to enhance the overall design of the architecture. You don't just light up rooms, you improve the end user's sense of well-being while protecting the environment by reducing carbon monoxide through energy-saving methods.
Mas maraming demand sa Asia in terms of urban planning because I experienced working in Bahrain as well. Doon para talagang you're working as an urban planner, you're working as like in a blank canvas, walang planning or walang existing building, and then kayo, your team mo, mag-start kayong mag-plan. Also same with the Philippines, I think start with a core and then nag-expand, depende sa demand ng population. But dito kasi sa Europe, iba siya, the population is shrinking. So, nandun na yung medieval core ng community. Since like the Middle Ages, nandun na yung community nila. So, gumawa sila ng urban plan based doon sa kung ano yun. So, na-reach na nila yung peak, and now parang maraming mga lumang buildings na hindi na masyadong nagagamit. So, iniisip nila kung ano pwedeng gawin. Like, for example, churches or cathedrals, wala na masyadong use dito. So, mainly, ginagawa nilang libraries or it depends. Yun yung parang nakikita ko. Mas trend ang urban plan dyan sa Asia compared dito sa Europe in general.
Fashion and architecture is not really too far from each other. Kasi yung mga learnings as an architecture graduate is magagamit talaga nila into fashion world. The technicalities, the aesthetics, the marketing, and meron talaga silang passion to make beautiful things na may function. Kung sa architecture is building yung ginagawa nila, dito sa fashion world is human body yung aaralin natin. Yung comfortable, yung wearable siya, pero very beautiful and may aesthetics feel talaga. Unang-una, be brave. Kailangan maging matapang ka kasi very challenging ng mundo. Advice ko rin is i-embrace mo yung galing mo. I-embrace mo yung sarili mo. I-embrace mo yung skill na natutunan mo at yung mga learnings na nakuha mo habang nag-aaral ka pa. Kasi yung mga learnings na to, ito yung magagamit mo sa mundo, sa real world, sa pagtatrabaho mo. So you must play out of the box. So, isipin mo na lang din walang box. Kailangan yung skill mo is isipin mo kung paano mo siya magagamit sa iba't ibang field na possible mong pasukin. Meron tayong mga natutunan sa ating mga pinag-aralan na magagamit natin into a different profession. Na kailangan lang natin is meron talaga tayong lakas ng loob and bukas na puso't isipan para alamin natin or tanggapin natin yung mga bago nating mga matututunan. Kasi after all, kailangan nating mahalin yung trabaho natin.
First of all, congratulations sa inyo. I think na yung parang very challenging. Yung dun sa school, parang nag-enjoy lang tayo lagi. But once you step sa outside world, or tapos dito na talaga nagsisimula yung maraming challenges. Pero dahil equipped ka sa skills at sobrang passionate mo about architecture, parang mawawala lang yung lahat. Parang, okay, part yun ng pag-grow mo as an architect. So really continue, have that passion to work to different kind of people na makasalamuha mo, hindi lang dun sa division nyo or dun sa department nyo. So try to explore as much as possible in terms of architecture or other profession na may kinalaman na related na dun kung ano talaga yung gusto nyong gawin. And then after that, I think everything will follow.
After you graduate from college, you may find yourself in the midst of reality. In my case, I didn't have a long-term plan after my graduation. The only plan I had that time was to find a job, earn money, and fulfill my 2-year job experience before taking the board exam. I know that some of you may end up on this path, or you may be feeling this already. You may worry a little, but do not panic. To worry about your future is a good sign. You are on your way to great things. Being a fresh graduate is almost a shoe-in for entry-level positions, and that goes for every industry. But I assure you, your dream to be the best starts from your desire to be the best. The question is, how bad do you want it? Every year, there are thousands of architecture graduates and newly licensed architects, which means you have thousands of competition and 1,000 more opportunities to grab. Finally, don't hesitate to reroute if your plans are not working. Opportunities to become a better lighting designer or architect is not just through one door. Work opportunity may not come to you as you expected, but the best way to go about life is to seize every opportunity that comes along. Becoming a lighting designer was never my plan until that opportunity came ringing on my phone. I took the challenges of acquiring new knowledge from zero until it became my strength. So, for you fresh graduates, do not be afraid to take risks. Life is all but a learning experience.